Hi guys. So um, today I kind of wanted to talk a little bit um, about control. Why do we think that we actually have control of things? In reality, the only thing that we have control over is ourselves. And there's several reasons, but a couple of the big ones are fear, due to expectations of outcomes. What I mean by that is we want things to go a certain way in our favor. And so we calculate probabilities in our brain of what would happen if we did this or that, and try to manipulate the outcome. There, as with everything, there is a balance to this. By being in control of ourselves is actually how we gain control of our surroundings. By being controlled within, and most of the time this is not the approach that people take. It's the other way around. They try to control their environment in order to fill something that's missing internally. Really, all that's doing is causing a lot of anxiety and stress. That's such a waste of brain power for things that we don't even really have control over, yet we still try. So I pulled some cards today, and the messages that came out are so quintessentially the divine's type of messages. It's like polar opposites that just blend to create this perfect balanced alchemy. So I asked, why do we feel the need to control our surroundings instead of gaining control over ourselves internally? And Five of Swords came out, and this is about winning at all costs, selfishness, and it's so accurate. And it is selfish to try to control our surroundings, whether that be situations that we're in or people. That's not our job. That's due to expectations of outcomes, which is something that we don't actually have control over. And the clarifier card for this was wait. It's not time yet. There are things being woven. This is also about like impatience and then patience. We control things because we want to see results now. That's that selfish kind of entitled behavior that's just not serving. And what does the divine have to say? Even when there's things that you can't see on the surface happening, there are things happening behind the scenes. Patience is a huge problem for a lot of people, myself included. I'm not excluded from that. But it is something that can continually be worked on. And these two go hand in hand. Really, the universe is in control. How we do our part is by getting control of ourselves internally, and then we'll start to see a reflection of that in our surrounding if we do the work. But more often people try to do the reverse of that and try to control their surroundings in order to feel a certain type of way inside. The next card that came out was the Four of Pentacles. This is literally about control, holding on to a sense of security. It makes us feel better if we control things around us, even though it's an illusion. We don't really have control of things around us. So this is holding on to, see how she's literally, again, I love the decks that I chose to use today. It's so perfect for the reading I wanted to do today. See how she's grabbing the pentacles and pulling it towards her and holding these under her feet? Like, nope, these are mine. I'm controlling these. I'm not letting these go. Letting go of control and working on it from the inside through patience and being open to what the universe has to offer you. That's it's work. But it's flipping the perspective. It's not this approach, external to internal. It's internal to external. This one here says, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. We're a soul in a human body having this experience on earth. This is about dropping the need for control and being open to what happens without expectations of outcomes or winning at all costs. The reason we do this, we're scared to lose people in our life. We're scared of our sense of stability. Well, there's a lot of reasons, but those are a few. The other one is ego, which relates back to fear. But when you flip your perspective and you approach life from this way, being complete within and expanding outward and giving up that sense of control, that's when we can really experience what this life is about. If you loosen your grip on the things that you're trying to control in your life that just are not working anymore, maybe if it doesn't work out, those things weren't meant to happen and something better is going to come. That's what the universe will bring to you if we approach life from this way. In the middle of the deck, or in the middle of the reading, the Tower. We try to hold on so tight to not let things crumble, when in reality they could be crumbling anyways, and we waste all this brain power on this and energy. This is a representation of the ego death. See how he's wearing a mask? He's got that mask tied on real tight. Fear. What if I lose, or this person leaves me, or what if these things happen? Fear. So we try to control the outcome, and that's out of pride and ego and fear and all of that. This card, perspective shift, is needed. That's what this is saying here. A complete reversal of how we're approaching controlling things in our life when it should be from the inside out, not the outside in. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. We think we're in control. Look how tiny Earth looks from space. This is a much bigger power. Control is an illusion. It's an illusion mask to make us feel stable out of entitlement. We are so powerless about our surroundings. In actuality, look at this. Look how tiny Earth is from space. Perspective shift, zooming out. This is also, what this is also saying is when your soul ascends, and it goes through like stages of ascension. Some people call it wisdom. But basically that zoomed out perspective, we are so powerless in this massive universe and all that ever existed. We are so freaking small. Why do we think that we actually have control? Ego. Yeah, I got this. Don't worry. I got this. Expectations of outcomes. When in actuality, we have control over none of that. It's literally an illusion. The real power and how we can actually maximize our soul's human experience during this lifetime, stand in our truth. Take off the mask. When we release the illusion of control and work on filling up our own cup, which will then expand out into the universe, that's when the mask comes off. The ego death, truth. We don't have control over anything around us. We think we do. We don't. Look how tiny we are. The clarifier card for Ace of Swords. I remember. Soul plan. The fated life versus the destiny life. When we try to force things in our lives out of control and fear and ego, that's when it crumbles. That's when things crumble. If we approach it from this way, what's meant to happen will happen, and releasing expectations of outcomes and surrendering that ego and fake false sense of security, that's when we can stand in our power and stand in our truth. So what can be done about it? So 5 of Wands came out, and this is about resistance. So again, I can tell I don't need to use reversals in my cards and my readings. Not resist, surrender. Surrender the illusion of control and ride the wave. What happens will happen. Give up those expectations of outcomes. Trust the timing. Again, going back, we started here. Wait, patience. Things are happening behind the scenes that you can't see. You don't need to be entitled to hold on to a fake sense of control. The universe is the only thing that can do that. And then we end here. Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Time is an illusion, guys. In the 5D, in the spiritual realm, time does not exist. If something doesn't happen this lifetime, it's not supposed to. Divine plan. Okay? Standing in your power and your truth, releasing resistance and surrendering. Trusting. Look at how small we are. Go with the flow. Obviously, you still have to take action in regards to certain things, but it's from within yourself and external, not external to internal. This is inside of us also. There's a universe inside every person. Getting back to that, getting back to our core person and standing in our power and truth and releasing things that are not serving us anymore, the need to one-up people, entitlement, false sense of security, ego, fear, releasing that and stopping resisting what the universe is saying to you, that's when this can happen. That's where the power is. Overall energy at the bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups, and a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. This is literally about trust. Trust that the seeds that you planted in your manifestation will come to fruition. You don't need to control or lie to yourself. Okay? Queen of Cups, nurturing the seeds that you planted for manifestation. Trusting that in time, if they were planted with good intentions and from a genuine place and without control and releasing resistance, this will happen. New earth. Your vision will manifest. We don't need to control. So awesome. Wow. I understand why we need to control things. Our brain is just programmed that way. Our brain is programmed to protect us in this way, to prevent catastrophe based on calculated probable outcomes. I have done this my whole life. And I realize now how much time I wasted doing this and how much energy I wasted doing this. It's literally an illusion. It doesn't mean anything. And in the end, we don't have control anyways. But planting the seeds from a genuine place of truth within ourselves and nurturing them without controlling them or resisting change. Look at fives here. So on the bottom it was about patience, right? And timing. Here we start with 5 of Swords and we end with 5 of Wands. Fives are about change. Being okay with change. Change is good. Things are supposed to change. Stagnancy is not growth. Life is growth. Life is change. Nurturing those seeds Stop resisting change out of fear. All right, guys. Have a good evening. I'll talk to you next time.